Hi everyone, welcome to IIT NEET Physics Concept channel. So we are discussing these previously yearly asked questions. This is a part 2 and the question is from 2010. The potential energy function for the force between the two diatomic molecules is approximately is given by u of x is equal to a by x power 12 minus b by x power 6, where a and b are the constants and x is the distance between the atoms. If the dissociation energy of the molecule is given, d is equal to u of x at infinity and u at equilibrium. And what is the d? Now understand what is the dissociation energy. It is given a diatomic molecule. Diatomic molecule means here there are two atoms. Let us say one positively charged atom and one is a negatively charged atom. Okay. Now there are separated by some distance. Let us say x. Then it is a one diatomic molecule system. Now he is asking that find out the dissociation energy. Dissociation energy means here the energy required to break this bond between the two atoms and remove this one atom from this system. So that energy is the dissociation energy. Okay, now that is you have to find out. Now this it has some energy, that is a potential energy, is a function of u of x is given. Now with the help of this potential energy we have to find out what is the dissociation energy. Now let us already you know one thing, that is the force and the potential energy relation, that is F is equal to du by dx. Okay, now let us simplify this one. Take the u value here, differentiate respect to x, that is u value is given x power 12 minus b by x power 6. Okay, so if I differentiate this one, I have to do separately this one and again this one. So here a is constant and also b is also constant. Now what you will get here, you will get a 12a x power minus 13 minus 6b x power minus 7. This is what actually f. Okay, now we have to find out at x equal to infinity and x equal to at x equal to infinity what is the potential energy, and at equilibrium also we have to find out the potential energy. So but we don't know what is the equilibrium position. So to find out the equilibrium position, now consider that the at equilibrium, to find out the actually the equilibrium position, what I am doing here, at equilibrium, consider equilibrium f is 0. Why it is 0? Because at equilibrium means here this force, whatever the force between these two is there, it is equally in opposite, then the total net force will be 0. That is called equilibrium. Then f is equal 0 means here substitute here this 0 value above equation, then what you will get, 12a x power minus 13, that equal to 6b x power minus 7. Okay, after simplifying what I will get, x value, that is uh, x is equal to 2a by b power 1 by 6 I will get. So this is what equilibrium. So the at equilibrium position this force is 0. Now take the dissociation energy d. So what is the d is equal to, is given u x equal to infinity. So u x equal to infinity means here the distance between these two atoms is infinity. If they are infinity distance, then the potential energy is 0. Okay, then your first term is 0. Next, at equilibrium, what is the potential energy? We know already potential energy equation, but it is x, general x equation, but we have to substitute this equilibrium value in this equation and simplify, then you will get the dissociation energy. Now write down this x value in the above equation, that is a by x value how much, 2a by b whole power 1 by 6 power 12 minus b, actually minus of minus you will get plus here, 2a by b power 1 by 6 whole power 6. Okay, so this is the d value. Now simplify this one. So minus a by 2a by b, so 1 by 6 into 12, then you will get a power 2 plus b by 2a by b, 1 by 6 into 6 means 1. Then after take the b square up numerator, a minus a, b square by 4a square plus b by b square by 2a. Okay, this is what actually d. Now d is equal to, here a and here this one a will cancel, minus b square by 4a plus b square by 2a. Then after LCM, taking LCM and simplifying, you will get the answer b square by 4a. This is what dissociation energy. So the answer is C. So we'll continue next question. This question from 2014. When a rubber band is stretched by a distance x, it exerts restoring force of magnitude F is equal to ax plus bx square, where a and b are constants. The work done in stretching the unstretched rubber band is L by L. Okay, see, it is simply a direct question. The work done by stretching L. Okay, the work done W is equal to what actually? Force into displacement, let us say here F into dx. Okay, now here force is given how much here? Ax plus bx square into dx, but we have to take within the limit from 0 to L, from initial position to means natural length to that how much it is stretching, L length, up to L length. So simply differentiate this equation separately, this term and this term, and apply the limits. So if I integrate this one, you will get a x square by 2 plus here b x cube by 3. So limits are from 0 to L. That means here a L square by 2 plus b L cube by 3. So this is the answer for this question. So this is a work done. So the option is C. Okay, we'll continue next question. So this is the next question from 2015. A particle of mass m moving in x direction with speed 2v is hit by a particle of mass 2m moving in y direction with speed y. Sorry, it is speed v actually in y direction. Okay. If the collision is perfectly inelastic, the percentage of the energy during the collision is close to. Okay, see, there are two particles are moving, one is in x direction, one is in y direction. It is clear. So one particle, suppose let us say here, is moving in x direction, the velocity how much? 2v, and the mass is m. And there is another particle also moving in y direction with velocity v, and the mass of this particle is given 2m. So then what happened? There is a inelastic collision occurred. So after that, it is collide with each other. Let us say like this. Okay, and this combination has some velocities in the y direction, in the x direction, and also in the y direction. Let us say here it is velocity in x direction vx, y direction let us say it is vy. Okay, now we have to find out the, what it is asking. It is asking that the percentage of the energy during the collision. So in elastic collision means here the loss of energy, actually it is asking it indirectly, loss of kinetic energy. Okay, that we have to find out. So before that, let us understand what is the momentum of this initial and final of this situation. Okay, so in x direction and along in y direction also. So let us take in x direction. First of all, the momentum in x direction initial is equal to momentum in x direction final. So in x direction, let us take here the momentum before collision, first particle, x direction, mass m, and the velocity with velocity 2v, and here of final in x direction means here this one. So the mass is here how much here, m plus 2m, here m plus 2m, so that means 3m. So here 3m into velocity how much here, vx, then vx is equal to how much here, from this simplification mm get cancelled, so 2 by 3 into v. Okay, so next now find out in y direction. So momentum y direction initially and momentum in y direction final. Now here momentum in y direction initially here it is with a 2m mass and velocity with a v, and finally here it is a 3m in y direction. Let us take vy. Now find out vy, and mm can cancel, now you will get again 2 by 3 v. So this is the x value, velocity of part, the system of the system is vx direction in the x direction, and here it is y direction. Now find out what is the percentage of loss in kinetic energy. Okay, that is equal to kinetic energy initial minus kinetic energy final by kinetic energy initial into 100. Fine. Now, but we don't know what is the kinetic energy initial, so for that one let us consider here only. I'm writing here kinetic energy initial that is of m 2v square plus of 2m 2v square, this one. Okay, so before collision, so after simplifying you will get here this one as 3mv square. Fine. Next, now find out the final velocity here, final kinetic energy, sorry, kinetic energy final is equal to of 3m. See here, this is the resultant velocity of these two. Okay, like this. Let us take here v is equal to vx square plus vy square. Okay, so that v square is equal to, that means here vx square plus vy square. So substituting all the values and simplify this, you will get, I'm writing here, vx is equal to how much here, 2 by 3, that's why 4 by 9 v square plus again 4 by 9 v square. Okay, now here there are 4 by 9 v square, 4 by 9, 2, 1 plus 1 like a 2 are there, so 2 into 4 by 9 v square, so 2 get cancelled, and here 9 is there, so 9 3 will be cancelled, then this is 9, and finally you will get here 4 by 3 square, m is there actually, m square m. So this is a final. Now take this kinetic energy initial, kinetic energy final here, substitute in this case. Now initially here it is how much, 3mv square and m v square minus kinetic energy 4 by 3 m square by kinetic energy initially how much here, 3m square into 100. Now what I'm doing here, take the LCM as a 3, so 3 multiply with this 3, you will get 9 m v square by 4 m v square by 3m v square. So it is clearly understanding that m v square will cancel. Now here 9 minus 4 by 3. Okay, already actually the LCM as a 3 is there na, so 3 into 3 will come 9. So 9 minus 4 means 5 by 9. Okay, m v square will cancel here. So sorry, into 100 is there here already. Now into 100. Now 5 by 9 means here you will get 55.555 something into 100. So we can write directly it is a 56%. Okay, so as a percentage I'm directly writing here 56%. So the answer is here 4. Okay, so we'll continue next question. Here one more question from 2016. A person trying to lose weight by burning fat lifts a mass of 10 kg up to a height of 1 meter 1000 times. Assume that the potential energy lost each time he lowers the mass is dissipated, sorry, and how much fat will he use up considering the work done only when the weight is lifted up. Okay, you have to find out, so how much fat will he use up considering the work done when the weight is lifted up. Okay, fat supplies 3.8 into 10 power 7 joule of energy per kg, which is converted to mechanical energy with a 20% efficiency rate, and it is a considering that taking the z value is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, now see, it is very simple logically thinking question. We have to find out the fat loss, how much he fat lost, say let us say fat lost, how much he want to fat he is going to lose his fat. So for that, so what work he is doing, that you have to find out the work done and how much energy supplied for every time per unit mass. Okay, that means here the energy supplied per unit mass, that's it. So if you simplify this, then you will get answer. Okay, so fat lost is equal to work done by energy supplied per unit mass. So but here what type of work he is doing, is lifting the weight, so that means here it is a potential energy mgh. But how many times he is doing, he doing some times 1000 times, so let us take n number of times for every time. Okay, energy supplied how much here, it is also some time number of times it is supplying n, small n. Let us take here small n, because this capital N small n is different. That means here m, here the potential energy is how much here, let us take m, mass of the mass up to e lift how much here, 10. And what is the g value, for simplification purpose let us take 10 only. Okay, we will see what is the final answer will come. And h value here, it is how much height is lifting that weight, 1 meter, and how many times, 1000 times, by here n efficiency. What is the efficiency of machine, it is 20%, so 20% means 20 by 100 into, so energy supplied per unit mass, energy supplied to per unit mass how much here, 3.8 10 power 7 joules. Okay, now we have to simplify this, that's it. Now see here, so here 25 is a 100 and 5 will go to this side, 5 into here how many zeros, 5 zeros, so 10 power 5. Okay, and divide by here 3.8 to 10 power 7. Now further, So what I'm doing here, 3.8 means 38 by 10 I'm taking. 38 by 10 means taking the 10 out numerator, 50 by 38 to 10 power 5, and take this 7 also numerator, minus 7. Okay, so 50 by 38 you will get something 15 point something, sorry, if I do 50 by 38 you will get roughly 1.31 something you will get here. Okay, to 10 power minus 2. So you can write like this, 13.1 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, and this is the fat loss. Okay, so he will lose this much of mass during this work. Okay, but here 13.1 is approximately near to 12.89. Okay, so this is the correct answer. We'll continue next question. Now this is the next question, 2000 from 2017. So a body of mass m 10 power minus 2 kg is moving in a medium and experience a frictional force of F equal to minus kv square. Its initial speed is v naught, 10 meter per second. If after 10 seconds its energy is 1 by 8 m v naught square, the value of k will, okay, it is asking that what is the k in this equation. Okay, now see, it is given energy 1 by 8 m v naught square. So this m v naught square is equal to what? Actually it is a belongs to kinetic energy. So that means here the kinetic energy of m v square is equal to what? Here it is given 1 by 8 m v naught square. Now here half of get cancel, sorry, uh 2 here, 4 will cancel here, and mm get cancelled, and v square is equal to v naught square by 4, and v is equal to v naught by 2. So that means here v naught, already you know what is a v naught is given. So v naught is equal to 10 meter per second. 10 by 2 is 5 meter per second is the final, actually it is belongs to final kinetic energy, the v value. Okay, now find out what is the given here. Actually here it is given F is equal to minus k v square is given. So F is equal to nothing but a mass into acceleration, and where acceleration we can change into rate of change of velocity. That means m into dv by dt is equal to minus k v square. Fine. So we want, I'm rearranging this equation like this. I'm rearranging. So dv by v square here, taking v square this side, remaining terms to this side, k by m. That's it. Okay. Dt is there, na? Sorry, dt is also this. Now integrate on both side. What you will get here? Here you will get 1 by v square integration, that is v power minus 1 by minus 1. So limits, actually here you have to write the limits. The limits are from where we have, actually it is from initial to, okay, the velocity is becoming pi. Final velocity is how much you got here? Vf is equal to 5 meter per second. That means here 10 to 5 the velocity becomes 10 to 5. Now here time, okay, here the respective time here what is the time is changing from initial to 10 seconds is given here after 10 seconds. Final time is 10 seconds, initially it is 0, and here the velocity is actually initially 10, but finally it is it comes to 5 meter per second from this equation. Now here just I integrated this one. Now limits are 10 to equal to minus k by m is constant, and t you will get here actually integration of the dt. So you will get here t from 0 to, substitute the limits here, taking like this 1 by v, this is 1 to 1 by v. 10 by that equal to minus. If I apply the upper limit here, of 10 you will come, and 0 is here plus 1 by 5 is 10 is k by 10. Then after, so here you will get, actually minus is there, so minus minus get cancelled, taking LCM as a 50 and 10 minus 5 is a 5 by 50 equal to by m 10. Next, now what happened here? So here 1 5 by 1 by 10 you will get 10 k by. Next, k, actually we want k, so take this m side 10, here it is, but m is equal to how much here? 10 power minus 2 kg. 10 power minus 2 kg means here 10 power minus 2, and this 10 power 2 actually it also goes to upside net side, 10 power minus 2, 10 power k is equal to 10 power minus 4. So here 10 power minus 4 is the first option. Actually, if the units are changed here, see there are changing units, first option, second option, third option, but the values are also changing. That's why we confidently can take the answer is a 10 power minus 4. If all values, magnitude value will be same, but the units are changing, then you have to find out the unit for this k. Okay, so actually unit for k you will get here as a kg per meter. So it's a solution for this question. So we'll continue next question also. Here the question from 2018. The particle is moving in a circular path of radius a under the action of an attractive potential u is equal to minus k by 2r square. Its total energy is how much? Okay, see, when the particle is moving in a circular path, the radius r, so here it is saying that under the action of the attractive potential, so due to the potential energy u, that is given k minus k by 2r square. So it has some, and this is the potential energy. Okay, now when the particle is moving in this circular path, it has some force. That force is equal to F is equal to minus du by dr. Now see, you already minus k by 2r square, k is a constant, so you have to differentiate only r square only, because k is constant, 2 also constant. If I integrate this r square, then I will get answer as like this, minus k by r cube. Okay, now this is what actually F. This F is nothing but a centripetal force, equal to centripetal force, and it is given by mv square by r, that equal to minus k by r cube. So what you will get here, r get cancelled, this one, and mv square is equal to minus k by, sorry, already here minus will removed because of this integration. Okay, k by r square. So this is mv square by r square. Now take, this is the potential energy, this is what actually potential energy. Now find out the kinetic energy. Formula of mv square is equal to of mv square, already you know how much, k by r square, that means k r square, sorry, k by r square. Now the total energy, potential energy plus kinetic energy. Potential energy how much, minus k by 2 r square, and kinetic energy also plus k by 2 r square, then total energy is 0. So this is the answer B. Okay, we'll go to the next question. Here one more question from 2018. In collinear collision, a particle with an initial speed v0 strikes a stationary particle of the same mass. If the final total kinetic energy is 50% greater than the original kinetic energy, the magnitude of the relative velocity between the two particles after collision is. See, first of all, understand what is the question is given. It is a collinear collision. That means here one particle is here like this, with the initial speed v0, strikes a stationary particle of the same mass. It is already rest, v is equal to 0, is mass m and is also mass m. If the okay, if the final total kinetic energy is 50% greater than the original kinetic energy. Suppose this kinetic energy is how much here, of m v square. Okay, then what is the kinetic energy of this one if after striking this one? So this becomes 50% greater. 50% greater means here 50 by 100 into of m v square. I'm applying the conservation of kinetic energy here. Okay, kinetic energy conservation I'm applying here. So that equal to what actually after collision what happens here? So this particle has some mass v1 and another mass also having the particle velocity is v2. This mass m and again this mass also m. The velocities are changing v1 and v2. Okay, then so this kinetic energy is how much here, of m v1 square plus of m v2 square. So this is the according to the energy conservation, kinetic energy conservation. So now you simplify this one, you will get here 50 by 2 here. So 1 by 4 actually 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 and plus 1 by 4. If you simplify this, you will get 3 by 4 into m v square is equal to, here half is common, m v1 square, m also common actually, no problem. Do next step, m v2 square. Now what happened here, 2 here 4 will cancel and mm get cancelled in from this side and that side. So 3 by 2 v square is equal to, here you will get v1 square plus vt square. Now this is as a considered as a equation number 1. So we will continue by using the next concept, that is conservation. Okay, conservation of linear momentum. I'm considering the conservation of linear momentum. The first particle having the mass m and velocity v, mv, and here second particle is rest, that's why is 0. That equal to here for this one mv1 and for this one mv2. So this is a momentum conservation equation. So what you will get here, v is equal to mm get cancelled from left and right side. So here v equal to v1 plus v2 you will get. Okay, now what I'm doing here, just squaring on both side, v square is equal to v1 plus v2 square. Now if I expand this one, v1 square plus v2 square plus 2v1 v2. So this is actually what, v square. So v1 square plus v2 square. So v1 square plus v2 square already you know, 3 by 2 v square from equation 1 by 2 square plus 2v1 2, that equal to v square. Now take the 3 by 2 v square minus v square is equal to minus 2v1 v2. Now here what you will get here, 3 minus 2 v square by 2 is equal to minus 2v1. Question number, let it here, take it is as a 2, as a 3. Okay, next. Now what is happen here, what I'm doing to find out the relative velocity what I'm doing here, v1 minus v2 whole square. I'm taking v1 minus v2 whole square. So what is v1 minus v2 whole square? Actually you will get v1 square plus v2 square minus 2v1 v2. v1 square plus v2 square already you know, that is from equation 1, 3 by 2 v square, and here 2v1 v2 minus 2v1 v2 actual value how much here, v1 square by v2, so that means plus v square, so v square by 2. Now after simplifying this you will get 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2, here LCM is same, that's why 4 by 2 v square you will get. Okay, so this is what v1 minus v2 whole square. So we want v1 minus v2, so here it will cancel 2, so under root 2 v you will get, so this is the answer. So now check the option which one is correct, first one. So here it is in terms of v0, you can take v0 no problem. So this is the solution for this type of question. Okay, thank you very much, all the best to all.